Justin Roiland, who is also the voice of Corvo. We're going to have with us Thomas Middleditch, who is the voice of Terry. We're going to have Sean Giambroni, who is the voice of Yumulak. We're going to have Mary Mack, who is the voice of Jesse. And we're going to have executive producers Mike McMahon and Josh Bicel. We're going to run through some questions from people that have sent them in over different social media, including Twitter and Instagram, and just videos as well. We are going to also look at an exclusive clip that we have from the next season, and we'll tee that up right now, and then we'll get into the questions. Thanks.
Hey, Corvo, you care if I take a tiki nap in here? I don't know why it's easier to drink and sleep on the couch than in bed, but it is.
Go ahead, Terry. I'm just using the peace and quiet to recatalog all 10,000 data spikes. It's so relaxing.
Terry, Corvo, Jesse got eyeliner all over my holocron and now it won't work.
I'm experimenting with eyebrows.
Stop judging us with your facial hair.
What on Gorb's gray gribble is going on here?
All the cool
Jesse's
girls
stupid
have
girl
eyebrows,
paint
and we
corrupted
don't
all my
have any.
data,
I
and now
want a
3 months
resting
of science is
face
gone.
and a landing strip like Stacy K.
Shut up. Why aren't you at school?
Double duh. School's closed.
Oh, great. What is it this time? Another one of their meaningless holidays like Apple Pie Day or Yom Kippur?
No, it's summer. We learned about it last year, remember? The whole ice lava thing?
No, what?
I guess we'll just have to stomach one extra day of you taking up our adult space. Probably better than you being molested at that school.
Summer break's 3 months long. Ah, man.
3 months? That's like one 90-day fiance.
Yeah, and you better not be riding our crack like this the whole time. Summer is when we get to do anything we want.
Like a screaming competition.
Go!
This summer thing is not gonna work for me, Terry. It's worse than the nightmare on Helm Street, which is what they call the time a porta potty emptying truck tipped over on Ed Helm's private drive.
Such a waste of poop.
I don't want the replicants at home. I can't take 3 months of this, Terry. I like them for 45 minutes in the morning and maybe a couple of hours at night tops.
Well, we obviously have to kill the replicants.
It does make the most sense. We can always grow new ones.
I was wondering why
Do it
he's
quick
wearing a
before we
dress.
get too attached to these.
What are we talking, boys? Put them in a bag and throw them in the corner?
I was thinking we could maybe just shave some glass into their food.
I could use my pillow as a silencer and shoot them in their sleep, right? Face.
Or use the pillow for a good old-fashioned smothering, just like the ones we see on TV and movies, Terry.
Looks like the solar opposites are killing their replicants.
Excuse me? Hi, Terry. Corvo. I couldn't help but overhear you debating different ways to kill your children.
Mind
That
your
is
own
correct.
business, you old bowl of soup.
Why don't you just send them to summer camp?
Pretend we don't know anything and walk us through it.
Thank God. Jesse and I were just about to kill you guys.
What? We were about to kill you guys too.
That is so funny. Camp. Hey, it's a camp thing.
Wow. Awesome. Camp is. I'm gonna go straight into the questions and everything like that. That was pretty great. But camp is kind of one of the things that I think, especially right now in the kind of stay-at-home times, that brings families together. And I know that I've talked to the exec producers that we have here for a lot of situations. I've read a few interviews that said
nobody's seen
that
that
bring
before.
in some
That was
kind
like
of
the first time we've seen that
family
before.
situations that may have happened to you.
It's not even animated.
I
It's
don't
just
assume that a
storyboard. But
porta
yeah.
potty fell in Ed Helms' driveway, but other things like camp and things like that might have fallen into some of the situations that you use. And even though there's spacecraft and death rays, can each of you name like a specific situation that you might have brought to at least an episode that everyone has seen?
I wish I could send my kids to summer camp right now. I wish, or else to me, like the funniest line I think in 2 seasons is Thomas shoot him in their faces.
So good.
I mean, we brought weirdly some of Terry and Corvo's just relationship stuff, the way they talk to each other. I think we have brought some of that into it, definitely. It's, they're definitely in a relationship. It's unclear what that relationship is, but there are so many times that they act like a married couple, and I think that we've definitely been able to bring in some. And then, I mean, I know for me, like when I started high school, I was 5'3" with a mustache. So, like, all of the Yumulak and Jesse high school stuff, I think, is definitely come from our lives.
Yeah, for me, a lot of it is Yumulak and Jesse
sometimes they're best friends and allies, and other times they're enemies. I think I had a lot of that growing up with my little sister, who was like 3 years younger than me, and you never knew what you were going to get. Were you going to be competing, or were you going to be siding with each other against the parents that day? And I like that they can go back and forth between being kids and being kind of replicant team members of an alien kind of exploratory team, and you get to change the kind of roles and the ways they think about each other all the time.
Yeah, and I just grew up feeling like an alien, so I mean, it all kind of makes sense to me.
Well, and for the actors that we have here, it's kind of the same thing. And what do you bring? It's kind of tough to ask that, but what do you bring to your character specifically when you are saying your dialogue? And I'll ask Sean as well, because from what I hear, Sean's like a really nice guy. Maybe
the guy in the middle
not
is
as
the guy that wrote it,
doesn't
right?
curse as
And
much,
Rick and
isn't
Morty
as
too, right?
murdery as
Yeah.
as your character. But you have to bring something to it yourself, and I just kind of wonder what each of you has brought to your roles.
Well, for me with Yumulak, like he's got this
these are all the
passion to
people
be
that play
popular,
them.
and I've certainly had my spells
shit.
of feeling that passion. So I kind of just try and tap into that vein, and yet sometimes when you're passionate about something, you think weird stuff. So he just kind of goes through with it sometimes. And he's also there's some kind of like uncouth, nerdy aspects of him, and I'm that as well. So there's definitely some of me involved, just with who I am, I guess.
Also, Sean shrinks people down all the time. I've seen him do it.
It's
And he's always like, look at this guy I got, look at this guy, and I'm like, Sean, that's not cool, man. I don't want to see any of that stuff.
He shrunk
why are
Jeff
you
Garland
always-
down.
Yeah, I saw that. Sean, why did you
ride an
shrink
animal
so many
cracker.
people?
He needed a red shirt. I understand. So Mary and Tom.
Well, Stacy, the Stacys for me are, in my real life, they were Joyce, Jennifer, and Twyla. And and
Is
so
she purposely
I
talking
mean,
like that?
Yeah, they're talking
I
about their
remember
characters.
one time, like
Oh,
I was
shit.
so
They
proud
do it
I
on
laid out my
purpose?
clothes
They're doing it
before
right
school
now,
every
yeah.
night. I was on this real roll, and then I got to school one day. I thought this outfit was so great, and Twyla Jack came up to me. She was like, "You almost get it right, and you just do one thing to ruin it." Because I had like a friendship bracelet that was like the wrong color or something, and I always had like one permed curl. So I guess I'm the same as everybody else. I had a little bit of a rough time. I mean, I don't know what was the problem with my one piece of permanent hair. It's hard to visualize, but it was pretty great. Okay, I'm still bitter. Sorry, Thomas.
No. No. Me, I never had any problems at school, but then again, that's not really Terry's story. Terry is like totally. He's a departure of them from like how I live my life. Terry is this like naive, does whatever he wants, like layabout, and that I'm an incredibly successful, top of my game actor, and there's never any downtime. It's just always work, including in COVID times. It's just work. But it's that departure from kind of how I sort of view the world is actually it's super fun. You just get into the booth and just say and do really weird stuff. And these guys are great. Josh, Justin, and Michael, in the sense that like you have time to get what's on the page, and then if there's funny stuff, they just want what's funny. So it's a really fun experience. Funny, fun, cool,
You forgot
rad, fresh, interesting,
fun and fun.
Lit?
different. Yeah.
I know that in animation a lot of stuff has to be done before what's going on now, but you guys have a show that also talks a lot about just things that are going on now. I saw the gender politics episode and things like that. I know you gave a quote. The quote was it's a fun way to critique the stuff that we don't love in the real world. Is there anything in that quote that you're going to bring to season 2 that people might have to look forward to?
Which all stemmed off
possibly,
of
and
Simpsons.
Just, what can you say? We may as well ask that at the outset. What can you say about season 2?
Whose quote was that?
I think
it was
Justin,
it was from mine.
Yeah, it was me. It was you and me talking about kind of like when we were talking about the wall and about Corvo's outlook on the world. That it's like it's easy to say like, oh, here's the stuff we don't like. Here's the stuff we do.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know that for sure. I can speak for me and Justin and Josh that there's nothing we hate more than haters. And we really bring it to the haters second season. Josh is always going on about the haters. I think that we take it to the haters pretty strong, and also to camp. We make fun of camp and haters.
Camp.
That's two things.
Enough with these haters already.
Get rid of them.
Man, they got a target on their back.
But we also like there's interesting class stuff, like in the season premiere of next year when they discover that there's another group of people that are there that they've never had to worry about class as aliens, and they deal with that. And then we have a great episode where Terry is like obsessed with dinner parties, and Corvo is terrible at dinner parties and says all the wrong things.
That's a good one.
Doesn't understand why Brooklyn is cool. And it takes.
Well, don't tell him too much.
I won't. It takes it to. That's all I'm giving away. So I think there's a lot of that fun stuff. But I mean, like, the crazy thing is that I think it was a Thomas. Like, we're so far ahead of everything, but in the episode from season 1 where they get flowers on their head, I think Thomas had a ad lib where he's like, when they come back and they're like, we're going through puberty, and they're like, no, it's just a fungus. You were like, you gotta wash those hands. I still to this day, I'm always saying, Mike and I are always to 20th, like, why are you not putting that out as a PSA? You missed, like, you literally should be having Terry, like, he was a year ahead of the number one thing that can save you from being killed.
Wow. I had a really important question for Thomas. Do you have a lot of input in the slogans that are on the T-shirts that Terry wears? Because those are awesome.
No, I didn't even realize that was a joke until I saw the show, and I was like, oh, what a fun little thing. I had no idea.
Then I guess the exec producers here, those are
nice
great.
try, dude. That was originally when Justin originally designed the characters. He put Terry in like the most basic T-shirt he could find on Amazon, and then it was
Star
just
Wars pun.
Yeah.
The horrible Star Wars pun shirt.
And I think all the Terry T-shirts came from. We were really thinking about it. We were like, we really can't see this pun every episode, or we're gonna go insane. So instead, we changed it up to an equally bad thing each episode. that we just kept challenging the writers to pitch more and more shirts, and then the absolute worst, funniest ones were the ones that won. And second season T-shirts, I think, are even better. I really love the Terry T-shirt.
So for Justin, I know what I heard that you were originally going to voice both Terry and Corvo. Is that? I don't know. First off, is that true?
So the story was that we wanted Thomas out of the gate, and then we went to Thomas on the pilot, and it was a pass. Which I don't blame your reps. It's a pilot. I mean, it's like, I don't want to deal with that. And then I remember I was like, okay, I'll do it. But I really, really wanted Thomas. Like, I couldn't think of anyone else to do the voice. And this is because we worked with him. Mike and I worked with him on an episode of Rick and Morty, and it was around the time we were developing Solar, and it was kind of just this perfect storm, and we were just listening.
He made it a lot better.
Yeah, he made that stuff like significantly better, and just the energy and the tone of his voice and stuff. I'm talking like he's not here listening, but he's right there. I see him. Look at him.
I can go into cybersleep if you like. Talk away.
So we were once we got greenlit the series, we went back and figured, it'd be a lot easier. it's a much easier ask when it's like, hey, we have a greenlit full season pickup. Do you want to come in, 10 times or whatever, 8 times and voice this character? And so yeah, that was the plan. But I did have to do Terry for the initial pilot animatic, right? Or am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my Terry was just gonna be like a nasally. It was gonna sound like Morty, basically, like a louder.
Morty.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to. I'm really gonna be stretching myself thin here with the video game, with the Trover voice sounding like more. You know what I mean? It's like it's really gonna be stretching that voice real thin. So yeah, I was thrilled that we got Thomas, not just for the voice, but also the improv. A lot of hilarious that he throws in there. It's great. Makes the show better.
Well, that was going to run into my next question in terms of how you cast, not just specifically the 3 actors that we have here, but some of your guest stars. When you write, I mean, people have this perception that sometimes when people write, they do have actors or voices in mind when they create characters. But did you, and how do you just kind of think about casting in general?
A lot of it is it's kind of a mixture of traditional casting of like listening to a lot of auditions, who has the right vibe, who brings something to the character that's surprising. There's also on Solar, like a lot of the times we're just trying to write with people that we love to work with. We're trying to cast voice actors that we love to work with. You'll see a lot of people from Rick and Morty that across the seasons we just had a blast working with. Like Alfred Molina is a perfect example. He was the devil first season of Rick and Morty, and he is just like, I'm such a fan of his, and he's such a brilliant voice actor that when we were creating the character of the Duke in The Wall, we were just writing it for him because we knew we were going to come to him and just beg him, and he's so awesome to work with. And then other times, you stumble across somebody that just makes the role so much better than you ever expect.
The Duke was the devil. That does make sense.
Yeah, I mean,
like what was the name of the character with the ski-doo? Josh.
Oh,
Echo Kellum, who was amazing.
Yeah. Echo's
awesome.
awesome.
Made that character so funny.
Echo is so fucking talented. So talented.
Yeah,
we
brought
him on Rick and Morty as well, but we, as a totally different character, we just knew he was a really talented
Gotcha.
actor. He just makes Trent is like one of my favorite characters. I wish the Red Googler hadn't killed him because he's so funny.
He's in my video game, and he's also Rick and Morty, and he's super versatile. Like I just realized. I mean, I knew he was, but recently I had to record with him, and I was like shocked at how versatile he is. Like he can sound like totally different people. It's crazy.
Other times, Josh will know he'll know actors from like we always are going for a sitcom feel too, and Josh will have like the perfect person to bring in. Like we have this elderly woman character that.
She's okay. I just saw her on that hospital like show. That's sort of a comedy, no laugh track, single camera thing. I don't know what channel it's on, but. She was on an episode.
You sound like my dad right now, Justin.
Happening.
With the lady who's in the other show.
Yeah. No, yeah, she was amazing. What's her name? She's
June
so
Squid.
good. Yeah, she's fucking. She's something else, man. We also Andy Daly, or just people we love, like you said that, like people that we're huge fans of. Bringing them in.
We wrote that part for Andy Daly so clearly that the character's name is Tim Weekly.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I guess my final question before we go to fan questions. You mentioned sitcoms. Michael mentioned sitcoms, and it's very sitcom-y. But I want to actually ask the 3 actors that we have here. Does it remind you specifically of any particular sitcoms? Not that you grew up with, because I doubt there's anything like that there. But when you came in and you started to read and you got a feel of yours and what was going on with plots and everything, what were your thoughts in terms of things that you might have either already been in or seen or could kind of amalgamate to make this particular show?
That's a tough question.
I'm trying to think of like, oh man, the choicest
Let
answer
him
to that.
I mean,
Like, yeah, it's you see, it's a mix of family matters with a sprinkling of step by step.
Exactly. That's what I want. It's like
Always
nothing
Sunny
you've
was
ever-
one. It kind of had a little bit of Always Sunny in it to me. I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings.
Oh my god.
I really like that show.
It's a great
Is everybody
show.
okay? Is everybody okay?
Yes, yes.
It feels a lot like
Not a bad.
it feels a lot like Fuller House, the new. Yeah.
That's what we were going for.
Yeah.
That's what we were going for.
It
Just
feels
kinda
like the
how-
Goldbergs, right?
Brady Bunch.
Well, you know how
Remember that
dangerous
show?
they are. Yeah, I
The
like
Parchman
the physical.
family. Remember the Parchman family?
No, you're getting it wrong. It was
Oh.
the Parchman family.
That's it.
Sean, do you bring any of your Goldberg chops into Solar?
Well, I think just out of habit, maybe I do, but I didn't pick up the sitcom-y feel till I watched it. Then I was like, oh, then I can see how they like make up in some parts that like. How sitcoms. But for me, I just got caught up, and I was like, I didn't see it as a sitcom at first, but yeah, I can see.
We need to break the mold and do a couple episodes where they don't make up.
Yeah.
You know, just
no way.
Just leave it hanging. Just leave it hanging. You
When
know?
one of them gets addicted to drugs.
Sean asked the question that broke up Solar Opposites, the biggest creative schism.
Sorry.
We still have our addiction episode, Justin and Mike, that they were going to be addicted to onions, right?
Oh, yeah. But they don't know it. They thought they were addicted to going to a friend's house for dinner.
I actually want to do that story.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I still want to do that, too. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Wow.
It will change it from onions, and then people will
I know,
be like,
I'm used to shows that get canceled so quickly that I'm like, just tell every story. I forget that this is like a hit show.
I know, Josh. When you started explaining season 2, I was like, oh. We already got a season 3, dude.
Wow. Okay, well, I guess we can go to some of the fan questions that we have. They were sent in or grabbed off of Twitter and or Instagram. And so I think that we're going to just kind of show you whomever asked me the question, and then whoever can answer, if it's specific, to someone, then
just hit your buzzer if you know the answer.
Your name is your buzzer. Just yell it out and go for it.
Oh my god!
I want to know how
Sean,
many.
That's not a buzzer. That's a knife.
That's how we do it on Slurp.
Buzzer.
I want to know how many of the questions were really Justin. Let me get a Rick and Morty hat.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
Justin,
where's
will
Rick
you
and Morty
sign
season
something
5?
for me? Yeah.
You know what? I suppose before we even start, there were the Rick and Morty crossover questions. There were a few of those. So if you want to answer that, is that a possibility? Is that your thoughts?
I mean, you gotta ask these giant lumbering mega corporations that have merged together like, water droplets just growing into a giant ocean-sized whatever.
As everybody knows.
Maybe if they just finally merge together into one giant thing, it'll happen.
As everybody knows, the first thing you do when you're creating a new show is you start to think about all the crossovers you can do. So we've already written the Transformers crossover, the Star Wars crossover, the Muppet Babies crossover, the Captain Crunch crossover. We have a bunch more crossovers to write.
Crunch,
in
that'd
case
be
we
good.
can ever do them.
We have the Looney Tunes crossover.
We already did a crossover for Middleditch's new CBS show. They haven't even shot it yet. We already wrote the crossover for that.
Yeah, CBS came to us and said, we've got Middleditch's show and the Mucinex people want a crossover. So we figured out how to get both of them.
So the thing is now is just we got to get these corporations on board to make nice with each other and lend the IP.
Yeah,
I don't know how it all
ask
works.
us how to cross over with Rick and Morty. Ask us how to cross over Disney and Turner or AT&T. Who owns Rick and Morty? I don't even know.
I think it's AT&T now owns Rick and Morty. So why don't we do a?
They do.
I say let's focus our sights on the McNuggets.
That's why DC's on HBO.
Remember the McNugget characters from McDonald's? That's the crossover we need to prioritize.
Yeah,
because I think that's an easier deal.
I know what we would do if we did a Rick and Morty crossover. It would be everybody sitting in a room, and they'd be writing emails asking the Power Rangers to do a crossover with Star Trek the whole time.
Yeah, they'd all be together.
And then at the end, they'd be like, "Whoa, we're out of time."
Yeah, oh man.
It's a natural crossover there.
So are you having issues with Sorry, Javon, I just took over your position.
No.
Are you having problems with AT&T? Would it help if we all switched to AT&T cell phone plans?
Yes, that's a big push. We're asking all fans of Solar Opposites and just anyone who's a human to switch to AT&T.
No can do. I'm a Verizon man. You should know that by now.
Yes.
Elijah's most reliable.
That's funny.
Come on,
we're gonna go to the questions now.
He's in the Verizon commercials. That's hilarious.
One, and we'll see what's being asked.
That was good. Is it a real person?
Tim throws Sherry out of the wall. Is there a possibility that she is still alive?
You heard it, but is there a possibility that Sherry is still alive? That was the question asked.
I can answer that one.
Yeah, at the end when that guy takes over the wall.
You know, Sherry is very much alive as a martyr because Tim is using, Tim who killed her and pushed her out of the wall is definitely using her death as a way to control and kind of amp himself up as the new leader of the wall. So second season, you will definitely be seeing a lot of Sherry in that Tim is using her name and her loss to kind of solidify his power. In fact, I'll tell you a little bit about something about season 2 of The Wall. There's a huge mural in the wall that he has painted that is about Sherry and how important she is. So in a way, Sherry is alive in the way that
Spoiler,
in the way Tim is using her memory.
Wow. And what
he also uses her memory
season.
I
don't know what I'm watching it. I already know what's gonna happen.
Because that spicy scene, I remember it.
It's right behind you, Justin. Just tip to the side.
Tip to the side. Let us see something good.
Comic-Con's gonna be mad.
Comic-Con!
Comic-Con!
And what date is Sherry Day? That's what I need to know.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't want to throw one out there because I'll step on somebody else's important day. Josh, it's up to you.
We don't know yet. That's something still in the
works.
We don't
know.
Okay.
No, it's a spoiler for next year.
December 25th.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's our next question.
It's time. That's a good way to ask a question.
Terry and Corvo, I think
oh, damn. Did you see they threw the lightsaber to him? Too bad it wasn't red.
They're not, romantically, sexually charged kind of love.
Sure?
But,
I don't think so.
Look.
Although I feel like Terry would be, if Corvo's like, let's kiss, Terry would be like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah. But it's not,
that's true.
Passionate, I want to rip your clothes off every second of the day, kind of, right?
We did just get more episodes for third season, so it's not sounding bad to me.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Terry and Corvo, I think, love each other more than some of the parents of my friends in high school did. So at least there's that.
Yeah, they're tighter than a lot of couples out there. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so we'll go to the next question then. That partially started.
Hey, so I have a question about Aisha, and that is, will we see her more in the second season? Because I really feel like she stole the show whenever she was on.
Yeah, Aisha's the computer. She's got a computer.
Tiffany Haddish. She's great.
Yeah. She was amazing.
That's another example of casting someone you loved.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was going to ask about that. How did that come about?
That was all Justin, I think.
It was,
I met her at Seth's charity Hilarity for Charity event, and she was super cool. I talked with her for a bit there, and I was like, "Would you do a voice in a cartoon?" And she's like, Yes, she was developing one right, at the same time. But yeah, so she kept her word. She did a voice. She's awesome.
I thought it would be funny to cast one of the most popular, talented female comedians in the country as a unmoving blue orb computer.
Yeah.
She did a great job. I mean, it makes that role so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody else would use her a lot better than we did. We were really happy to have her.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun the way we're using her. It's I think it's just different, I think that's why she probably likes it because it's different. She showed up with a Slurpee. She showed up straight from Taco Bell. She had her
like 11:30 in the morning. With the smoothie.
Josh was like, "Did you go through the drive-through?" And she was like, "No, I went in." He was like, "Did people lose their minds that Tiffany Haddish was in the Taco Bell?" She was like, "Yeah." It was awesome.
That's cool. Okay, we have a couple more questions. Let's go to whatever's next.
Hi, my name is Diana. I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm a huge Solar Opposites fan. I love the Schlorpians, and I'm also terrified of them. The pupa is my spirit animal. Anyway, thank you for taking my question. Firstly, congratulations on the renewal of season 2. With all of those plots that are going on, like the wall and like the possibility of the pupa destroying everything on Earth and terraforming it, which parts of creating the next season are you most daunted by, and which parts of the plot are you most excited about? Thank you.
Sean, take it away.
Okay, well, I don't know how to answer that. Back to you, Mike.
Interesting. I mean, listen, we love the third season pickup does a really helpful thing for us because we've already written season 2 and we were doing it anticipating that we would get a season 3 because we love all the serialized elements. And so the most daunting thing is to do serialized stuff without squandering it, to do it in a way that feels like we're thinking about it, that we're having fun with it, but we're also taking it slowly. The second season of The Wall is, I might like more than the first season. It's another dramatic, serialized departure from the rest of the show. And the pupa is my favorite character. I really, Justin and I talk a lot about when is it going to go off. I mean, when we first started writing the show, it felt like, it would be weird to have it, be such a big world-changing thing. But now the world seems to change, every day, and now we're zooming for Comic-Con. So it seems more and more likely that it's going to be easier and more relatable to everybody for the pupa to become a big problem, especially for, the Solar Opposites family, who it is going to eat when it goes off. So thank you very much for your question and for being such a fan of the show. Second season has the same mix of serialized and funny, and these guys.
And none of it's daunting.
It's not daunting.
No. Except for working with that guy, Daunting. That guy sucks.
Daunting.
I think one of the other things we were Daunting. What a great boxing promoter he was. One of the things that was fun about second season, and I think we would do third season, is like combining different people and stories. Like there's a great story with Terry and Jesse, where Terry and Jesse are on one side and Yumilak and Corvo on the other side. And I think that was more fun that we had second season. In the first season it's a lot of like Terry, Corvo stories, Yumilak, Jesse stories, and in the second season we tried to mix them a little bit. And I think those are some of the best episodes. So we would do that a lot more third season.
Yeah, mix it up, shake it up.
Shake it up. Put some pepperonis on that thing.
Put a pepperoni. You ever try Beyond Meat sausage? Throw that on there too.
Put some pepper on there.
Put raisins on your pizza for crying out loud.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Put them on.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Oh, Justin, you know what is daunting actually, and we've talked about this, is that in the opening sequence we talk about how 100 missions go out with pupas. There's 99 other pupas out in the galaxy, and we have talked about that's actually going to become important to the show, and we haven't touched on it at all yet, and we want to be careful with that. But our Scorpions aren't the only ones.
Yeah, there's 99 other sets out there, and we just need to be careful because we want to talk with Don Ting. He's in the writer's room. He's just a pain. He's a pain. Yeah. He's the keeper of the lore, so it's like we got to sit with Don Ting and be like, What are we gonna do here? It's a nightmare.
Not so fast. I think you need to consult the keeper of the law.
Wow.
He talks like Ian McKellen.
You shall not pass.
His hand disappears. His arm disappears.
We have one more question to go
Oh,
here.
sorry.
We'll listen to one.
Sorry, Javon. We're having too
Oh,
much
no.
fun.
Who's
Gas
the Don
mask.
Ting now?
We'll listen to that last question.
Hi, my name's Patrick. I wanted to ask, is there a particular movie or pop culture reference that you don't think anybody picked up on this season? Thanks.
Justin, I don't even know if we ended up so when everybody's favorite mouse sacrificed herself to rescue her owner, the reason that she went like that is because for some reason, just randomly, Josh and I found out one day that we both individually are the biggest fans of submarine movies, and we love submarine movies, and we just had this whole day where we were so pissed that the Solar Opposites didn't have a submarine that we could be using all the time. And then in the Wall episode, we knew that the mouse was going to go and sacrifice itself and be a metaphor for kind of, the tragedy of, we wanted the audience to experience the tragedy that all dramatic characters were, and so we literally just put a yellow submarine toy in the wall so that the mouse couldn't get through the hatch, so that we could do our favorite scene that's in every submarine movie where they close the submarine hatch. And it's like, I love that in submarine movies, and I think everybody's feeling so bad when the mouse goes that they don't notice that there's a submarine there for no reason.
I mean, one of my favorite, it's not something that obviously people notice, but the Seinfeld set thing is like one of my favorite. And that was all Justin wanting to buy a Seinfeld set, right?
No,
Yeah.
he had it.
I mean,
Oh, he had it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I have it. I still have it. It's still sealed, and I haven't checked to see if it's gone up in value, but...
Wait, do you have it within camera distance?
I got it for like... It's far.
Sorry. Put you on the spot, man. Well, it was great seeing everybody.
It's pretty great though.
Well,
I was thinking maybe I'd buy 100 of them, and maybe if they all go up in value by like $10.
Hey, Justin, what if Solar gets popular enough that we can make miniature sets of the little Seinfeld set in the wall?
Yeah, that would be my dream come true. If we could make a miniature set with the Seinfeld set within that.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I have a question for, I got, sorry to leave everybody out. Well, I would like to know what are your top 5 submarine movies? I got The Abyss.
That's not a submarine. That's not even a submarine movie. First of all, it's the 30th anniversary. It's the 30th anniversary of Hunt for Red October.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Number 2. Although that's my number 1.
Yeah, so he already has the top 5.
Not even a submarine movie.
Down Periscope with
that's a big one.
With
Let's not forget 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, that's true.
Holy shit! I didn't even know that there were this many movies.
I didn't even know there were submarine movies. I didn't even know it was a category. I didn't even know that was a category.
Daunting is a woman?
Classic Daunting.
Daunting is a woman. I thought it was a guy.
No, it's Dawn. Like
Daunting.
Why did you not do Don D-O-N?
Well, I spaced out the...
I don't even know if the Comic-Con people can see the names on here.
You
Sorry,
think Don
everybody.
King would be as simple as to just spell their name
Of
D-O-N?
course it's D-O-N.
Sorry.
I like that it's D-A-U-N.
Well, I had kind of one another question. Is my internet connection okay now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I had one other question kind of dealing with the wall, and this would be my last one, was actually the music. I know we don't talk a lot about music, especially in, maybe in animated shows, but specifically the Wall episode, it sounded kind of Lord of the Ringsy and just really like epic in scope in terms of the music. And could you talk about adding that, which was a departure from kind of the rest of the show in a way, which your show within a show type of thing. Can you talk about that real quick? And that'll be my last question because it was on my mind.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So all of the music in the show is composed and orchestrated by a composer named Chris Westlake, and he does a lot of composing for big orchestras. Like he worked with J.J. Abrams on all the new Star Wars movies and stuff. He's just really great at that stuff. So we knew in this season that we wanted him to do one episode that had a full orchestra. So I think The Simpsons gets a 15-person orchestra, something like that. So for that episode, Fox let us use a 60-something person orchestra, and all of that music is originally composed just for that episode. It's not something that we licensed or reused from anywhere. And we have videos of going into the Fox lot. They have this amazing soundstage that they've been using for decades, that all the big movies are scored at. And during it they put Solar Opposites up on the wall so that Chris was conducting it and he could watch the scenes, and it was so funny to hear all of these amazing musicians that work on all these amazing movies performing this music with this goofy cartoon with Terry and Corvo stealing a bear in the background. And it was just important to us that this felt like that we had an episode that really caught you off guard, that felt really special, and that for the people in the wall, it's all really dramatic and intense, and we wanted the music to really feel like that as well. And I think we're releasing the music from the season as an album soon, so that people who loved it will be able to download it and probably hear it on Spotify. I don't know.
Wait, what about vinyl? What about the vinyl?
I hear there's a vinyl release too, which would be really awesome.
Okay.
The music's really important to us, and it's great.
Wow.
We're gonna release one for $1 million that Shakirley's gonna buy when he gets out of jail.
Just one?
Just one copy.
That's a really good idea.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's all we're gonna do.
That's
One.
great.
We're gonna bury it in the woods somewhere.
No, that's cool. I was gonna wrap it up here. I want to buy it. Just gonna wrap it up here and thank everyone for coming on and
I got my $70 fucking gift card.
From Solar Opposites, and this was our Comic-Con at home special. And thanks everyone for watching, and we're looking forward to seasons 2 and season 3. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, it was.
That was good. Yeah, I'm hungry, man. I need to eat something.
What would you like to eat?
Peter Piper pizza or one of those cheeseburgers.
Peter Piper pizza.
You gonna go get it?
What?
Nah, yeah, for real. Comic-Con's gonna be a must one day. Let's see, go back. What else do we got right now?
Hello everyone, my name is Javon Phillips. I'm from the LA Times, and I'm hosting a panel discussion.
This is gonna be kind of tight. Halo.
Hi, I'm Mia.
Halo
I'm one of the
toys.
product designers at Mega Constructs for the Halo line. Today, I'm going to show you a few of the new toys that we are bringing into the world, and most of all, I'm going to introduce you to an SDCC exclusive at the end of the video.
A Lego?
To start us off, we go with our classic
are
Green
Legos.
hero, Master Chief. So for this one, we ended up making a buildable head for Master Chief. We really wanted to introduce a lot of very nice details when it comes to the construction of it. So we included a lot of angles, a lot of curvature, to try and get every little detail from Master Chief. But one of the more difficult elements for us was his visor. After all, it's his face. It's important to be able to recognize him there. And for that, we ended up using a material we don't usually do. We use this thin piece of plastic that has a very chrome effect to it. It's a little bit like origami, but instead of just folding the material, we create cuts to be able to give us the shape that we want. Then, we wanted to add a little bit of storytelling into this helmet. So we ended up creating a little chip that goes into the back of Master Chief's head.
For Cortana.
The memory chip can just go right on the back
and
slip into place to add that little something of storytelling.
That's tight. That is a tight helmet.
For the second Target exclusive that we have today, we have the Energy Sword. This one was a really fun project. We wish we could have done it 1:1 scale for all the cosplayers out there, but it would have been quite a large sword at that point, so we ended up making a half scale of the Energy Sword. For this one, we really wanted to emulate a little bit of the Energy Sword look, so we went towards the transparent blocks, and specifically the marble blocks, to give it a little bit more texture. The other thing we really wanted of this is we didn't just want a beautiful display piece. We wanted something that wasn't delicate. It has some heft to it and was easy to hold and fun to swing around. It was important that one could take and enjoy this piece and swing it around. Still don't necessarily recommend hitting people with it. After all, blocks do fly around quite easily, but it holds quite nicely together. It was so important to us that it was not a delicate piece that no one could touch, but something that people could actually have fun with and not just display and look at. So now we're moving on to the playsets of the Halo line before we introduce you to the SDCC exclusive. First and foremost, we have the Skiff, a new vehicle within the Halo line. For this one in particular, for the troop transport, we added a mechanism so that for the launcher at the front that is fighting against our Spartan, you're able to spin it to be able to aim and fire where you want. And for this one, we also offer a rebuild. And with the rebuild, we're able to create an entirely new scene and vehicle. And coming in our next set, the Mongoose with our Banished turret. With this particular set, we're including the Marine, Master Chief, Hyperion, and one Grunt. In this particular set, one of the main features is the upper half that swivels, turns, and most of all, launches projectiles. In this set as well, we do include wonderful rebuilds. With this rebuild, we are introducing two new vehicles. This way, you can fly into the action. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the SDCC exclusive. For this particular set, we really wanted to put front and center Master Chief. As such, we've included Master Chief through his evolution over the years in games. With this, we're able to see how he has started to how he is now. It was very important to us to really show off how much he's changed over the years and in the different games, and to make sure that everyone could easily see him and show him off, we've included a memory chip, a Cortana chip, that one inserts and lights up their entire set. With this, we're better able to see all of the wonderful details we've been able to include into this toy. It was so important to the design team and the packaging design team to have these lights. We didn't just want to have an interesting toy, we wanted a beautiful display piece for collectors. For each of the figurines within, we wanted to have a high level accuracy, so we had lots of paint passes to make each fig unique and beautiful. On top of this, we included weapons for each figurine that matches them depending on which game they're inspired from.
$100, wow.
I hope you are all as excited for these new toys as we are. I want to thank the Mega Constructs
How do I
Halo
buy
team for
that?
all their hard work, as well as the Microsoft team for working so hard with us to create these toys.
Damn, where is that thing, bro?
Hello, everyone. My name is Javon Phillips. I'm from the LA Times, and I'm hosting a panel discussion with the.
I've seen this one. Damn, that Halo set's tight. How do we get that? Let's see if we can find that. So mad I didn't get all those. SDCC, Halo, Master, Chief, Collection 2020. How do I buy it? I just want to buy it. Is it available? How do I buy it? Gone. Can't find it. Fucking sold out already, man. Should have known better. Damn, dude. $100. $20 toy. $100, man. I'm so pissed. How much did I sell for? That's an easy flip. That would have paid for all my shit that I bought this weekend. What was on at noon? Let's see what we have at noon on the schedule. Noon on the schedule. Cartoon Network. Oh, Demon Slayer. You watch that. That's gonna be live. I wonder if it's gonna be on YouTube. Truth Seeker. New Original Supernatural Horror. Hot Fuzz. Don't care. Ben 10 versus the Universe movie. Ooh, that's cool. I think maybe we'll run Demon Slayer. And then at 1 we're gonna watch Disney 161. Damn, this is tight. That was a good intro. I like it. I forgot my camera's over here now. Halo Infinite. Right off the rip. Damn, dude, doesn't it look like a fucking movie? Looks like it's real. Everything looks like it's real. Or just the Xbox loading. Are they creating it? No, this is Halo. Oh, never mind.
The
Oh, yeah.
exosuit
What?
is now complete. Even though this technology will save humanity in the war to come, I must remind myself, liquid crystal cannot rise on its own. Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction. Armor cannot hope.
117, baby. Damn, dude.
It all means nothing until you step inside.
This makes me want to play Halo again. Like, it makes me want to go back and play Halo again.
Am I dead already? I must be. I mean, this is acknowledgement, right? Yep, this is death. No! No! No, 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 no! This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on, Chief. No. No. You. I can't stand this. Who you are. Breathe. No. You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're... Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we'll get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh. Please. Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
big guy.
Damn, bro. Just looks so clean, man. Wow. They did that just to be cool. They didn't have to go that way. It's almost like it's in sections, but it's still like you got free roam. It's not like a linear game. What? Top doing just everywhere. This man's playing on easy, bro. It's like, you can't do that shit on fucking... on Legendary, there's no way. You can't do that shit on Legendary, period. Yeah, that's a sick ass gun though. That's way better than a battle rifle. It's like a... is it like a shotty? An auto shotty? Trip him up. Yeah, right. That's tight. They just dropped. That was tight. That was tight. I could dig it. I could dig it. Cannon's pretty savage. Grab the next time. Guns all over the place, and like it's like you got, yeah, right, bro. Legendary, they're waxing you like that. You're not charging in like this, bro. Not on Legendary. There's no way. You guys playing on fucking easy, bro. It's the easiest setting you play on.
This war months ago. Your people are broken, scattered, hunted, defeated. I could tell you it was difficult. But it wasn't. We are one step ahead. Always. The ring is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox. But without challenge, I grew weary, lost, alone. But here you now stand. This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story will outlive us both. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard.
Dude, this is giving me chills.
Die well.
I'm gonna catch up on Halo now. That was sick.
We hope you enjoyed your first look at Halo Infinite's campaign. I'm incredibly proud of the team at 343, and we're thrilled to share a hint of the epic battles that await you on the next chapter of Master Chief's journey. This is the most ambitious campaign we've ever created at 343. For the first time, players will have the freedom to explore a mysterious new Halo ring that's several times larger than our last two Halo games combined. Halo Infinite has been built from the ground up to take full advantage of Xbox Series X. Bigger battles, epic vistas, more complex visual effects, displayed with 10 times the processing power per pixel of Halo 5. This will be running at a flawless 60 frames per second and will allow us to bring the Halo ring to life in ways that have never.
That was sick, dude. Still in Japanese. Thought it was gonna be in English. I've already seen this. It's good though. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it here. I'll come back later. I'm gonna go get some food real quick, guys.